Hi, I'm Zach. I'm a trained sculptor. Foundry is my background. Abstract sculpture. This piece started off, well, so sculpture, it takes a long time to make things, just a number of hours you have to put into processes. And I found through my years of making sculpture that can actually stunt sort of your creative thought. Because if you take so many months to work on something, between the time you came up with the initial idea and the time you actually execute it to complete fruition, it can be months apart. It can be several pieces at the same time. So I found for myself that to backtrack back to where my thought was, months can pass. You're a different person, you're thinking differently. So I found that if I just make sculpture, I sort of lose a lot of my original thoughts and my whole process, and it kind of seems like one idea here, one idea there, then one sort of concept flowing through. And I found a way to sort of cope with that is I do a lot of drawings. A lot of people call them paintings because I do use paints, but to me they're just drawings. I will do like a masonite panel and use like house paints and just have dozens of them on my wall and different color combinations, different shape combinations, very rudimentary painting techniques, just to kind of keep my thought process going. And when I came up with the idea for this piece, I got out of work one day and I sat in my studio chair, and earlier I always carried a sketchbook on me, a little sketchbook. I had done sort of a squiggle, just a thought that I had. And I came and I sat down and I looked at this little squiggle and I looked at everything that I've been working on, and I tried to sort of think like, how are these related? How are these sculptural? I'm a sculptor, I'm unsatisfied with these as finished works, they're just drawings. How can I get something from these and bring it to a real life existence? And so I kind of developed this squiggle and put that on the wall and started drawing that in just like a graphite on paper. And started thinking, what other sculptures have I been working on? What other techniques? What textures? What processes? What materials? And then I drew a life-size thing, and it was this. And I figured out how I can make it pretty quick. This is all cast aluminum. I cast it in 3 parts, 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, down here, and then I welded them all together and ground down the welds, chased them all so you can hopefully not really tell. So it doesn't really ruin the overall effect of the sculpture. This piece for me is just all about imbalance, uncomfortability. It's a very strange, any way you walk around, any way you look at it, it's got a slight, it starts off, there's no like thick ground to it. There's no thick volume at the bottom that makes you think, oh, it's going to be okay all of a sudden. And it starts at a weird turn, comes to an even more severe turn, which comes to another turn. It's got this very thick texture to it. I leave a lot of the deep tones from the castings in there. Some of them I'll even put them back in. And it's got sort of a life to it. I always try to think of it as a human sort of essence to it. The size, you can relate to it. Sure, it's a little bit taller than you, but physically you can sort of, it's not overpowering. It's not sort of so small that you come and look at it as it's like a little antique or something. I've been using this texture for a long time. These are actually thumbprints on here. These are all very quickly placed thumbprints. I try to make them as quick as possible to, again, sort of capture my original drawing, my original thought, and bring that all the way to the finished stage. And I just sort of through that found a way to physically put that on there with this texture. I made steel armatures and cover them with plaster gauze, and I can play over them. And that's what I take the foundry molds off of. And I found the quicker I apply the clay, it's like a rush. Getting it up, it captures original form. And I found through that many years of putting on clay on things and taking molds and casting them and this and that I really am attracted to this really visceral texture. And it's on this base, sort of in a reflection to the industrial nature of this. Sort of tried to contrast, but not completely get away from contrasting the same colors. This was a quicker piece for me. It was sort of a much simpler molding process. I'm trying to make it as quick as possible to again capture that sort of subconscious thought. They're all about uncomfortability to me. And this one is in particular, I would say, more three-dimensional sculptural. A lot of times I make them and they have sort of a defined front, defined sides, defined back. But this one was sort of unique in that I think it sort of captures what it wants to say in any way you walk around. In some ways it's a little bit more effective, and it's like more of a picturesque shot here as opposed to here where it's a little bit thinner. But I think it really pushes you to kind of walk around. So, that's what I have to say about this guy.
Do you tend to do more linear or more big and solid? Because I watch your work and I've seen some really big, imposing solid pieces. And last year you had a very linear with that base hanging over. I mean, I've been uncomfortable by all of them. The dissonance, that lack of kind of balance is there. But do you like the sort of linear, or are you more engaged in the massive solids?
It's a little bit of both. I think more massive because it's, I said I have more massive thoughts lately, more impending doom thoughts, I guess, student loan debt, and things like this, I see them as more visceral. It's more like scabby. It's more, this jig-jag line. But if it's large, it's the piece you're talking about particularly. That is a large. That was my largest cast. It's like 6 foot tall. It's this big, thick form. It's about this wide at the top. It comes down to a very thin point around. And that is all about unbalanced weight up in the top. Feels like it's going to tumble over. Slightly larger than you, so it feels like it's just a little bit bigger than you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So it depends what the thought is. I go back and forth. Lately, it's been more thicker forms.
Your mold, you then pour it a little bit.
Yeah, I do. I make sand molds. You mix sand has a high heat refractive properties, so it won't lose its shape if you pour something hot like metal onto it. So you mix sand with a resin and a catalyst, and it sets up rock hard. So actually, I made this whole thing in my armature with steel, plaster, and clay, and then I chopped it in pieces, and then I took the molds off of each one of those, like I put it into a wooden box and did part molds off of that, pulled them apart, put all back together, cast them. They're waste molds, they just go bye-bye. And then you have your castings, and then you weld them together, you grind them down, and you don't tell anybody about it.
Is each one unique, or do you do like?
Yeah, each one's unique. I find that, I think they're unique, Some people come into my studio and like, you're making the same thing again and again. It's like, well, I think they're unique, But yeah, they're one-time things.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.